By 2030, Jamaica will be the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. It's a vision that's easily attainable if we unite. So hey, we are counting on you. In today's magazine, we explore one of the national goals linked to the vision. Jamaicans are empowered to achieve their fullest potential. Goal number 1. We'll discover ways in which this target can be achieved later in the show. But before that, we'll stop by the newest court in town. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Stay tuned.
We want a productive Jamaica. We are not productive Jamaicans. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity is the way to go for all us Jamaicans. Small business, big business, old and young, we are tell every woman and man. We want growth and prosperity for a better nation with a building plan. So we can build our product and sell our product and put more money in our hand. Our economy can rise to a level and build a better nation. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity.
Productivity, pathway to prosperity. A message brought to you by the Jamaica Productivity Center, a department of the Ministry of Labor and Social Security.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, July 5. There's been a marked decline in the number of illegal guns and ammunition entering the island. In making the disclosure, National Security Minister Robert Montego says the acquisition of surveillance vessels and aircraft is responsible for the reduction. Going forward, he says, the security forces will be increasing vehicle checkpoints to stem the flow of illegal guns and ammunition across the parishes.
We find that the top 5 most wanted guns is responsible for some 51 murders across 6 police divisions. It therefore tells you that the weapons either are rented or the persons who are using the weapons are moving across police divisions. So increased vehicle checkpoints will help to cut down on the movement of weapons.
Minister Montego was speaking at Monday's handing over of 30 vehicles to the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Still on national security, the island has maintained its Tier 2 ranking in the 2017 Trafficking in Persons report. Released recently by the U.S. Department of State, the report cites a number of measures by the government to stem the practice. Among them is Jamaica's efforts to secure 2 convictions, prosecuting 9 cases against 13 alleged offenders, and investigating 40 potentially new cases. The report further references Jamaica's new victim protocol for health, labor, and child welfare, and the provision of shelter services for victims. Increased efforts by the government to raise awareness of the crime is also highlighted in the document. In other news, students and staff of the Breadnut Valley Primary School are now in more comfortable settings, thanks to a well-needed infrastructure upgrade. The $79,278 grant for the renovation was provided by the Japanese government through its grant assistance for grassroots and human security project. Works included repair of school buildings, installation of classroom partitions, perimeter fencing, ventilation, roofing, water storage, and paving of the school compound.
The project has achieved its objective of providing the school community with a safe and secure teaching and learning environment. All of those areas were needs that were identified by the school community that if they were to get those needs satisfied, they could do a better job of serving students of the community.
It is my sincere hope that this new and improved learning environment will allow students to learn to be more comfortable and therefore concentrate on their schoolwork so that they can improve their academic performance.
A project to replace 105,000 high-pressure sodium streetlights with smart LED lights was officially launched in Montego Bay recently. Its aim is to reduce by 30% the current cost of energy for street lighting across the country. The 3-year project began on June 1 this year with 1,800 smart LED lights installed to date. It is expected that 25,000 of the lights, which can be remotely controlled and monitored, will be installed for 2017 in the high-density areas of Kingston, St. James, St. Catherine, Westmoreland, Trelawney, and St. Anne. In welcoming the Jamaica Public Service Company-led initiative, Technology Minister Andrew Wheatley says the street lights provide a platform for enhanced security and crime fighting.
It has the potential to house cameras. In fact, it can even be used to facilitate a mobile network service. That is the potential of implementing such a smart device in our township. And so, government will be looking to ensure that we utilize the full potential of smart technology.
And finally, Jamaican domestic workers' rights advocate Shirley Price is CARICOM Woman of the Year and the recipient of the 12th Triennial Award for Women. Price was acknowledged for her role in the development and adoption of the 2011 ILO Convention for Domestic Workers, a document which was recently ratified by Jamaica. The award was issued at Tuesday's opening ceremony for the 38th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of CARICOM being held in Grenada. Prime Minister Andrew Holness leads Jamaica's delegation to the meeting, where he's scheduled to share in discussions on matters of local and regional importance. Among them, security, Brexit, the Venezuelan crisis, and the implementation of the Caribbean single market and economy. Ahead of Tuesday's opening ceremony, Mr. Holness held talks with German Special Envoy, Ambassador Peter Linder. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
Get legal advice for free. Yes, free! From the Mobile Justice Unit. The Mobile Justice Unit makes scheduled stops in towns across the country, and the unit is open for stops at community meetings and school expos. Get free consultation on matters to do with land, immigration, divorce, job redundancy or termination, custody and maintenance. The Mobile Justice Unit, providing access to timely justice outcomes. To request a visit, contact the Legal Aid Council, 131 Tower Street, downtown Kingston, or call them at 922-3761.
The government has acquired and renovated a building to house the new coroners and special coroners courts, much to the delight of the legal fraternity. Let's look at this brand new facility.
If I were to make an evaluation, I would say that the work done has exceeded expectations.
In December 2015, the justice system was plunged into tragedy. The 4-story coroner's court building that was located on Duke Street in downtown Kingston was gutted by fire. This left the workers without an office and forced to work out of shared spaces at the Sutton Street Court. But like a butterfly that finds new life through a caterpillar, a newly modernized Coroners and Special Coroners Court has risen. The Ministry of Justice acquired and renovated space at 119A Maxfield Avenue in St. Andrew to house the court. Over $22 million was spent to renovate the building, which was recently handed over to the judiciary.
Even though the work of the court continued, I am proud to say that this facility, which is the new home of the Coroners and Special Coroners Courts, is really well appointed, has adequate space, and has completely new furnishings. Indeed, we spent just over $4.5 million to ensure that all the furniture that you will see are absolutely new. The contract for the refurbishing of this court was signed in February of this year. The refurbished premises will no doubt contribute to the efficient administration and operations of the courts. The exercise of the jurisdictions and functions of the courts can now take place in an environment that is in keeping with the dignity and importance of the coroner's offices. The judges' chambers, you will see, are quite spacious. The courtrooms are comfortable. There's adequate seating for the users of the courts, and there are facilities for the staff, such as a canteen or a pantry.
The staff is exceedingly happy for their new comfortable work environment. A coroner is an officer who holds inquests on the bodies of persons suspected to have died by violence or accident in order to determine whether the death was natural or caused. Over 100 cases per year are dealt with by the Jamaican court.
But I'm pleased to see that the court has finally found another location which has been refurbished in a manner that is very aesthetically pleasing. Work has been done, much work has been done, as you have heard, and I commend the Ministry of Justice, Mr. Vivian Gordon, who led the charge, and all those who worked on this building in order to make it what it is.
It was on this architect that the government bestowed its confidence to transform the space into the new court.
In terms of the orientation and layout of the courtrooms and the facilities that are there, it is a very complete example of what a court facility is supposed to offer. So how the public are served, how they interact with the members of staff, how they utilize the courtroom, the amenities are all there. And as I said before, I don't want to make it sound as it is. There is no room for improvement, but it is a very good example of how the court environment is supposed to be. In the process of designing for the Ministry of Justice and in terms of designing courthouses, your clients are varied. You have judges, you have clerks, you have the staff of the court, you have police, you have all the people that have to interact with the justice system. But the process is design, and then you have to get into the process of creating the drawings, and then you have to get the process of tender for the actual construction phase, and then you have to do the supervision of the work. The ministry is fully aware of what our responsibilities are, and we are constantly striving to ensure that the facilities that are provided for the public and the staff and the judges and the attorneys is of a standard that we are proud to call our own.
The new court will serve as a space to create and preserve a just society, inclusive of a timely delivery of justice. Know your numbers and control the keys to a healthier heart. Know the numbers for your blood pressure, cholesterol level, blood glucose level, and your weight and body mass index. Give yourself a fighting chance. Find out the risks they represent and what you need to do to stay healthy. Talk to your doctor and start making healthy lifestyle choices to prevent a heart attack or stroke.
You can't achieve your fullest potential if you're unhealthy. Arguable fact? I don't think so. A healthy you allows for maximum output and generally prevents most sickness. One sure way to stay in tip-top condition is to eat well balanced meals. Learn more next.
We must exercise. We must seek to eat the right portions of the food groups that the studies have shown are important to a healthy body. And healthcare in Jamaica, I think, needs to shift somewhat away from the challenges of curing ailments to the challenge of preventing.
And as Jamaica moves to balance its disease prevention interventions with the curative aspects of healthcare, Jamaicans must explore the role that the foods we eat can play. nutrition does play a role, both as a risk factor and as a tool for managing diseases such as cancer.
Essentially, cancer occurs whenever one of the cells in the body decides that it's going to misbehave and not listen to any instructions at all. And so it just grows and grows and grows and doesn't listen to the regular body signals to say this is how you should behave. So it's really a misbehaving cell which proliferates and grows, and it then becomes a misbehaving tissue.
And what you eat or not can make a difference in how your body's cells behave.
The fundamental control systems in your body are all chemicals, and therefore the chemicals that you put in your body comes from food. So if there is any mismatch or which can occur, one can end up with having what we call a risk of cancer.
Doctors say that a typical diet for most Jamaicans, with its huge servings of starchy foods like rice, flour, yam and banana, with only small amounts of vegetables, does not provide the healthy benefits that can come through a diet. Instead, doctors suggest eating more fruits and vegetables rich in fiber and antioxidants, and fresh foods high in calcium and vitamin D. Fat-related chemicals are among those that tend to promote cancer, so diets that are high in fat create more of a predisposition to the disease. Alcohol can also have a negative impact.
We say you should not smoke. We also say that you should not consume alcohol if at all possible. The equivalent of an ounce a day is perhaps the limit that we'd allow.
Of course, there are other things not in our foods, found in our environment, which can cause you to get cancers, including toxins such as asbestos. But our focus here is on the role of what we consume, particularly processed foods, which doctors agree should only be eaten in minimal amounts. Some processed meats, for instance, have been linked to things like the propensity to develop colon cancer. To lower the risks, nutritionists recommend fresh meats that are broiled, baked, or steamed to get rid of the excess fat. Nutrition is seen not only as a means of prevention, but also part of the treatment for diseases such as cancer. Patients with cancer are often given specific nutrition interventions as part of their treatment regimen.
So apart from the specific surgical procedure you may have, or the radiological procedure that you may have, radiotherapy, or even the chemotherapy that you may have, nutrition also plays a role in you surviving your therapy.
In striving for a healthy lifestyle, which includes eating well, it's important to maintain physical and mental fitness. Fit individuals engaging in physical exercise at least 3 times per week are more likely not to have any of the chronic, non-communicable diseases such as cancer.
You should engage in at least 3 bouts of physical activity, at least 30 minutes for the day, moderate walking at minimum or the equivalent. You should have to be as stress-free as possible, and you should aim to achieve your ideal body weight. So those factors would generally lead you to what we consider to be a healthy lifestyle, which will tend to protect you not only from cancers, but also other cardiovascular diseases like diabetes and hypertension.
Disease prevention should be our priority. So let's all make our food our medicine and our medicine our food. It's everybody's business.
Prevention is better than cure. Me band can't hear it because my granny tell me. And when it comes to your health, prevention is also cheaper. Did you know that when you take care of you, it saves you and the government a whole heap of money? It is expensive to treat illnesses, so make sure you exercise, eat up healthy foods, and get enough rest. If you want to play a part in nation building, you need to be in good shape. I hope you're seeing the vision. Effective social protection is also part of the package to achieving Goal 1. Jamaicans are empowered to achieve their fullest potential. No one left behind. Sounds good, not true? But some persons may need a little more help than others to get there. One initiative that is building the most vulnerable among us is the Citizen Security and Justice Program, CSJP. In our next feature, find out how the program has changed the lives of 4 young persons.
Fly like eagles, soar like they don't know.
I am Charmaine Doyle Clark and I am a records clerk.
Daniel Flaneur and I am a training assistant.
Serene Brown and I am a maintenance technician.
I am Pierce Amos and I'm a financial transaction processor.
Men and women who have been changed through the Citizen Security and Justice Program CSJP, which uses a multi-sectoral approach to crime fighting. The program, which began in 2001 under the Ministry of National Security, has made job skills and entrepreneurship training more accessible for at-risk youth through their labor market attachment and employability program.
I remember was so long ago, we had a one-room shack and the living was low.
Regular corporate Jamaica might not be so willing to embrace our youngsters because of certain negative stigmas that are attached to them. However, what the CSJP does, we take them through a suite of positive engagements, trainings, internships to get them ready for the workforce. Since 2010, over 18,000 youngsters have benefited from this component, whether it be from vocational skills training, employment internships, job placements, even tuition support.
These 4 are among the many who have benefited tremendously from the Employment Internship Program EIP.
A lot of these persons were unemployable. They didn't have the necessary communication skills. For example, how they answered the telephone was inappropriate. The dressing was also inappropriate. A lot of them were shy and afraid to come out and speak openly. And I realized after the exposure, be it through the workshops or the internship program, they became more confident in going out there and meeting people and doing their job.
Well, I received training in secretarial management, and also this so far it has helped me to become more dependable, more organized, more focused, and it also helped me to further my education to be a better worker in the Ministry of National Security.
I would like to say to CSJP, thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity, becoming a young man that I never was 2 years ago, and learning how to become a man, learning how to accept society as it is, and helping me to understand what the work world feels like.
Yeah, I'm very, very grateful and thankful for the CSJP program, because if it wasn't for this, if it wasn't for it, I don't think I would be able to be in a setting like this.
Some of the things that he has done, like for example, as a training section, we deal with all training for the staff at Staten, and one part of that is overseas training. And so we have a lot of forms to fill out, but he has also looked at forms that we have had and have come to me with ideas, and he have changed the form and upgraded the form. I did not ask him to do that. We couldn't ask a better worker.
You have the skill, but you don't have any experience. So coming here as an intern, working for about 8 months was great, because I've learned to do every single thing. And I attached myself, I was attached to each tradesman, and that's how I began to learn all the different trade areas here at the British High Commission.
Working with Serene is very interesting, because Serene don't just do electrical here. Serene is on everything. So if painting is going on, Serene is on painting. Carpenter work is going on, he's on carpentry. And if I should go back to choosing an institution, I'd probably look for CSJP to put me on that path.
Youths who don't have a job, youths who may have a skill but are unemployed, CSJP is that organization that seek out to reach out to that individual, helping them to know that, hey, I can allow you to get some amount of apprenticeship. I don't think I could have done it without God and CSJP.
We found that youngsters who have benefited from our program have been also appreciative of what the CSJP has done for them. Many of them have said that CSJP has literally saved their lives. So we know that what we have at the CSJP is quite a robust, quite a comprehensive and a transformational program.
For more information on the work of the Citizen Security and Justice Program, call 906-9644, 786-0338-9 or 979-2597. You may also visit their website at csjp.gov.jm or follow them on Facebook and Twitter.
Success is my destination.
The Citizen Security and Justice Program, transforming lives through social intervention.
I stay in it to win it, never quit it 'cause I'm focused. Every opportunity I get, I never waste 'cause I'm a champion, I'm a fighter.
Nominations are now open for the 2017 Prime Minister's Youth Awards for Excellence. Persons 15 to 29 years old may apply and be recognized for their work in 11 exciting categories. There's also a Jamaica 55 commemorative category for youth engaged in community-based volunteerism. Access nomination forms by visiting moey.gov.jm, youthjamaica.com, or any youth information center across the island. Nominations close August 31.
This is where we close the pages of another edition of Jamaica Magazine, but the story continues online. Visit our YouTube page or our website to watch other editions. We value your feedback, so send us an email or drop us a message on Facebook or Twitter. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.